What's up, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, every other social site on the internet? I'm DZO, aka DZO, aka Music by Earl. I know the aka thing's kind of played out, but I done had a lot of names. Anyway, this is my first beat making video. This one is gonna be nice, short, sweet, simple to the point, because I gotta figure out a whole new system to do this shit, because this shit ain't gonna work. But I'm excited about this this little project I'm working on right now. So I wanted to go ahead and make this my first share, see what y'all think, kind of give me some feedback and maybe some fans. What it is today is that I was watching some random videos on the internet, and I ran across the new PS4 advertisement. In the PS4 advertisement, shout out to Sony by the way, they recently used a song by Lou Reed called Perfect Day. Heard the song before and never thought to do anything with it, but when I saw this ad, I don't know if y'all can hear this. I'm not gonna play the whole ad, but you can look it up on YouTube just like I did. That's how I sampled it. I took it off YouTube. At the end of it, it's these crazy strings at the end of it. And it just got real crazy at the end. Like, okay, it's a smooth song, but when them strings come in that orchestra and you hear the bass in it, it's nasty. So I wanted to sample that. So I downloaded the actual ad, and I was just gonna sample that because it's different from having the original song. It was a different element to it because you got the sound effects from the video game and everything in there. That was cool. I guess I could use that for parts of the beat, but I went ahead and went to the YouTube video for Lou Reed Perfect Day, and I heard some different stuff. So I wanted to use both of them. I'm kind of blend both of them together. So what I'm gonna do now is get my downloads in order, drag everything over to FL Studio. That's what I use, and I'll get back with you in a minute once I get everything loaded up. Alright, so I got my sample loaded up, full song, into FL Studio. I've been told that I do it the hard way, I guess, by some people, because I don't use audio clips. I don't really see the big difference, but I don't use audio clips. I just drop it into the pattern, the channel, and then I use Edison to edit it. Like I said, this is my first beat making video, so I don't really know how to do all of that screen stuff where I can record the screen, so I'm just gonna pick the camera up and show you. And I'm doing this all from scratch. It's no pre-made beat. It's, idea that just popped up. So there we have the whole wave for the whole song. I'll give you a little sample of it. Ooh, that's crazy right there. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do is get to chop this up a little bit, find my favorite parts, the parts that I want to use, probably some parts that I don't even want to use, and just force myself to kind of mess around with them, because you never want to limit yourself as a so-called music producer, or a beat maker. You never want to limit yourself as far as your sound. So I'm gonna mess around with it for a little while. Just wanted to give you a quick sample of the sound, and I'll be back. Alright, we back. So what I just did was chop up the sample, took all the parts I wanted out. I'd already laid my patterns. It was quick and easy because it's the song is already just out cold by itself as far as instrumentation and all of that. So this is what we got out of it, and I pitched it up 100%. That's it, just by 100. Let's see. Get y'all a little zoom in here and let's continue. That's pattern 2. Go to 3. And go to 4. And then 5. So now you can see it's all simple as far as the puzzle pieces, because like I said, it's an out cold song already with the instruments and everything. So it was kind of just puzzle pieces, and it's not really that difficult of a puzzle on this beat. Those last 3 parts that I plan to use for the verse without the lyrics in them is just the same melody over and over again. The first one is piano, the second one is piano and strings, the third one is piano, strings, and a little bit of brass in the background. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sequence this out. Maybe even put a little bit of bass, put a little drums in it. And see, that's the thing about this one, because the drums was already strong in this one. A lot of times you get a sample where you know, you actually don't want to mess it up as a producer, because it already got some strong drums in it. A lot of people just pay attention to the instrumentation when they sample. You got to pay attention to them drums too, because they might already be hard enough for you to use. Just kind of, you know, you got to mix it a little bit different. So I'm gonna see what I can do with this one. Maybe when I get back, it'll be a full beat, but we'll see. All right, so here we go. What I did is I laid my drums out. Very simple drums. We got a kick, a clap, a snare, and some hi-hats. I tried to use some, you know, some more laid-back, realistic drums. Ain't no 808s in this one, because like I was saying earlier, the drums in this track that I sampled are already standing out all enough, you know, already on their own. They standing out by themselves. So what I did was layer a snare or a clap. I layered a clap over the snare that was in the existing track that I sampled, because I wanted to give it more of a natural feel. I ain't want that 808 kit pop. You know, that 808 set got a specific snap to their snares and they claps, and that's not for this type of track, not in my opinion at least. So these are the sounds that I chose to go through. I'm not giving you my kits. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a low kick. It's not a bass drum. It's still a kick, but it's low enough to give you that boof, boof, you know, that woof to it. We got a hi-hat, natural. Sound up. Natural sound and hi-hat. This is that clap I was talking about. You know, you may have heard something very similar to that. If you know what kit that is, good for you. I'm not telling you what kit I got it from. And for the second part, it's just a little thing I like to do. I like to keep some of the bars as claps, and then I like to beef it up a little bit when it gets to that maybe that fourth bar in there, or the fourth measurement, I'm sorry, whatever you want to call it. When it gets to that second part, I want that clack, clack, that natural snare in there. So this is what we got, natural. And then I went ahead and I used some bass, and you'll be surprised what bass I use. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I use Sim Sim. You know, who uses Sim Sim? I do. I like the bass in there. You just gotta know how to mix it. And so far, this is what we came out with. So that's what we got so far. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up, because I said I was gonna keep this short and sweet, and I want to do so much more to this beat, but I don't want to overproduce it. A lot of people are doing that right now. What I'm gonna do next is throw everything into the mixer in the FL Studio. For now, I'm gonna start off. That's my pre-mix. I'm gonna beef up my drums a little bit. I'm gonna mix the sample out a little bit. You know, put some special effects on it. Not giving you my VSTs either. Maybe one day I'll give you some kits and VSTs, but for right now I just got to be a little bit selfish. You know, I'm new to the game. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and beef this up. I'm gonna go ahead and make this right. And when I get back, we'll have a completed track, and I'll even upload it for you. How about that? Nah, maybe not. Alright, so here it is. Very plain and simple. Nice and easy, smooth. My first beat making video. DZO, DZO, aka Music by Earl. This one goes something like this.
just keep